You're listening to the Outstanding Life Podcast with your host, Johnny D, the Motivational Cowboy. As a motivational speaker, Johnny D impacts audiences around the world with his message of living the outstanding life. He's a best-selling author, MC, and two-time Grammy-considered artist. This podcast is a place where Johnny D can introduce you to his outstanding friends and share funny, interesting, and heart-provoking stories. Ladies and gentlemen, buckle up. Here comes your host, Johnny D.
Hey everybody, I'm Johnny D, the Motivational Cowboy. Welcome to this week's Outstanding Life podcast. Today we have Dawn Gaines in the studio with me. Dawn, how are you?
I'm fine, and you?
Absolutely outstanding. Dawn, I'm going to take a couple seconds and just let everybody know how we met.
Okay.
Dawn picked me up from my house and took me to the airport about 5, 6, 7 months ago, whenever it was. And within that 18 minutes of being in that car with you, I became a fan. Dawn, you are so amazing. You are so, I don't know the right word, electrifying. And we talked a little bit, during that ride to the airport. And I said to you, you know what? You need to tell your story, and I want you to be on my podcast. And it took a little time, but
we
we're
made
here.
It. Yeah, we're here.
Well, Happy New Year.
The same to you.
Dawn, where are you from?
I am originally from Detroit all my life, and I grew up, I was my mother's only child.
Okay.
My dad.
So you were spoiled.
Yes, rotten. My dad passed when I was 6 months old, 6 weeks old, in a car accident. So it was just me, my mom, and my aunt, my grandmother, all of us in the house, and the cousins. So, the childhood was pretty good.
Yeah. So one thing that I learned about you in that 18-minute car ride was your struggle with drugs, your addiction to drugs, and you overcoming that. I mean, I'm getting chill bumps right now just talking about it because if they could see you now, your hair is perfect, your clothes is perfect, your attitude is perfect, your life seems to be perfect. But there was a time in your life that it wasn't perfect.
That is true.
And so at what age did you start using drugs? And if you don't mind, what kind of drugs did you use?
Okay, it was crack cocaine. I was in my mid to late teens. And how it started was I was molested by a family member I really cared about. And so I guess that was like a coating, to shield everything.
Right.
And after that, it just, as time went on, it spiraled out of control.
Was there a time that you knew that, hey, you know what? This is starting to be a problem. This isn't just recreational.
Yes. And when I did it, that's what you call you're tired of being tired. And I was tired of being tired.
Right.
And throughout that, I let a friend come stay with us. He burnt down my apartment, the whole building, almost. Everybody was homeless. And then come to find out, the majority of the people in there were addicts. So I'm like, oh, no, it's time to stop. How
old were you at that point?
Actually, on the 19th of this month, I'll be 5 years clean.
No kidding. So you spent a lot of years of your life addicted.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh, Dawn, you are amazing. Who introduced you to drugs? And first of all, let me just say, I appreciate your honesty, not for me, Dawn, but for everybody listening, to the people around the world that are listening to your testimony, to your story. I just appreciate your honesty, your love for wanting to motivate and inspire others. So thank you so much.
And I want to help others and let them know it is a way out, but you got to want it. If you don't want it, it's not going to happen.
That's right. So who introduced you to drugs?
Actually, it was a neighbor. It was a neighbor.
And you were a teenager?
Yeah.
And did you have any idea what even drugs was at that point?
Well, everybody smoked weed. We smoked weed. This was just another level.
Right.
And I'm like, okay, well, let me try it. And, at first it was nothing, but then as time went on,
it became
consumed
something.
You.
So you were a teenager. It was crack cocaine. Was it a slow process, you getting addicted?
Yeah, it was. And then before you knew it, it had consumed me.
Now, were you what do they call it, a functioning addict?
Oh, yes. I kept a job, everything. Yeah, I was a functioning addict.
So, I'm just going to get into some questions that I think that people should hear, right? You realized that you had a problem, but you just kept doing it. Yeah. You had a job, you were doing everything. What was the worst thing you experienced while actively using?
Let's see.
And the reason why I'm asking that is because there are probably people listening going, well, I got it bad.
Right.
I got it bad. She doesn't know. I got it bad. But
there's always somebody worse off than you.
That's right. And there's always somebody better off than you. There's always somebody prettier than you. There's always somebody uglier than you. Yep. I mean, that's just the way life is.
That's how it is. But the worst time was after the fire because I wasn't working at that time. And I had lost everything except for the clothes on my back. So I was ready to change my life. Because that wasn't how I was raised, and that's not where I wanted to be.
Right. Was there a time in your life that you tried to quit?
Only time, I'm going to be honest, only time I quit was when I was pregnant with my son.
Really?
Yep.
You quit, and then you went back?
Yeah, like a dum-dum, but yeah.
So there was a time that you quit and you went back. Mm-hmm. How many times did it take you quitting to finally say, you know what, enough's enough?
After being pregnant, one time, I was done.
Really?
Yeah. I woke up one morning and said that was it.
So no 12-step program?
No, I did it on my own, but I had a good support team.
Yes, I was just going to ask you about that.
That's the key, have a good support team. But I didn't go in no facility. I did it all by myself, with the support team. Right?
Yeah, right, absolutely. Mm-hmm. So who was it for you that kept you motivated and inspired to stay sober? Well,
to be back in my son's life, he was number one.
Yeah.
And I call her my sister, but she's not. Linda Crank, and Liz Conrad. But it was just the right people at the right time. Mm-hmm. I had a friend. I got a job. I had to be at work at like 5 a.m. No buses, no Ubers. And he came and took me to work every morning.
No kidding.
Yeah.
What did you do for work?
Well, I started off in a factory.
Okay.
Then I went to a restaurant and cooked in there. And I house-sitted. I did everything.
You just did whatever.
Yeah, whatever it took.
The one thing that really stands out from my ride to the airport with you was you said something to me that has stuck with me since that day. And I'm going to be honest with you, it really, really, really hit me hard. And it's something that you said that as a little girl, you always wanted to drive fancy cars and get dressed up.
I always wanted to be a limo driver, even before I ever had a license. And now I am.
So tell me about that. Tell me about or not even me, but the listeners about that, about you wanting to be that girl dressing up every day, driving fancy cars that weren't yours, right. and meeting nice people.
Right. Well, see, when I was little, I thought the maids and the butlers and the chauffeurs, that is a prestigious job. Because people don't really know what goes into that. You're like a concierge on wheels.
Right.
Whatever that client needs, you got to get it.
Yeah.
So it can be a headache. You can have some, clients. But then out the majority, they're beautiful like you was.
Well, thank you. So what was it like for you when you got clean and sober and you said to yourself, hey, listen, I want to go get my license to drive a limo, to drive buses, to drive the Cadillacs and the Lincolns and the Rolls Royces and everything else that you drive.
It is so funny because soon as I got my license, I ended up with chauffeur's license. Now I'm finna upgrade to a B license, but I had chauffeur's license all my life.
Really? Have you always had this incredible attitude?
Yes, even when it's dark.
Even at the darkest time in your life, you always had this attitude that is, yes. I mean, you like light up a room when you walk in.
Thank you. Yeah, it's funny because I went to therapy too, because I took care of my mother for 15 years. She passed away. Right behind that, my cousin, she passed away. Then my niece, first baby I ever took care of, she committed suicide. Oh. So, and in the process of all of this, I'm homeless, trying to get out of addiction, trying to find a job. It was just like overwhelming. I never had a chance to grieve for none of them. I just had to keep it moving.
So many people come up with so many excuses every single day, even when they got it good.
Yeah.
Right? But you just said something. You were homeless. You were working. You were taking care of people. Yeah. I mean, you were doing all these things and still addicted.
Right. Well, but I had, like I said, I was a function addict, and most people called me weird because
you have a good attitude. That's why.
Yeah, and when it was time for business, I cut that off and go handle the business.
Really? So you were able to cut it off then, and then do your thing, and
then come right back to it.
And you always went back.
Yeah.
So how did you balance everyday life and addiction?
Well, it depends on what phase I was in.
Well, just walk us through it.
When my son was in school, I got from 7:45 to 3:15 before he be home. That's my time to do me. If I want to.
When you say do you mean do drugs?
Get high, yes. And after that, when he come home, we shutting this down. I got to take care of him now.
Wow.
So.
Wow, that's crazy. So how often did you use?
Every day.
Every day.
All day, if possible.
I mean, and I don't mean I'm laughing because I don't know what to say, or you know what I mean, because I've never been through that process. But I, like we were talking before the show, we are all addicted to something in life.
Yeah,
whatever it may be, work, whatever it is. You know what I mean? It's like, and again, I just appreciate you and the honesty that you're giving us. So you used every single day.
Yeah.
Take us through a typical day.
Okay.
Of using, and I don't. It may be the worst time. It may be, and again, it's not for me. It's for those people listening right now.
Right.
That. And I just appreciate your honesty.
Mm-hmm. Well, we'll wake up. It wasn't the first thing, but it was close to it. And I get up, fix breakfast, whatever. And then all of a sudden, once you hit that one hit, it's on and popping.
Really?
Yeah.
So when you say, I was just thinking about this, when you say you were homeless, were you really homeless?
Yes. I had nowhere to go. I tried to go back to the house we were staying in with my cousin. She wouldn't let me come back. So what I did, the boy next door to me that I grew up with, he squatted and got my mother's house. And he said I could come there.
Really?
Yeah. Paul Preston, my savior.
Your savior. Because he let you squat in a house?
No.
Oh.
He squat, and he has the house, because back then you could squat, and if you was doing work on it, you could get the house. He owns that house.
No kidding.
Yes. And he said, this is your house. You come on back.
No kidding.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's where it started.
And then it just kept getting worse?
No, it kept getting better.
Okay. Then?
Yeah,
okay.
It was getting better. I slept in a chair for about 2 months. Then I got enough money, I bought a bed.
Yeah.
Just stepping stones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when things were really bad, was there any point in your life that you were living on the streets?
Oh no.
Okay, so you always had a place to go.
Yeah, I always had a roof somewhere.
Was it like one of those things? Because I've known people, and they would make somebody angry. They would say, okay, you're out, and they would just go to the next person, the next person, the next person.
Well, I was lucky. Like I said, I would get jobs. We stayed in hotels. So, I made sure I wasn't told. I have slept in my car now. But other than that, no.
When did you finally decide to get clean and make that decision? That as you call it, that aha moment.
It was January 19, 2017.
You remember the date and everything?
Yep.
Walk us through that day if you could.
Okay. At the beginning of the year, I made a vow to myself. I said, I'm going to get clean and I'm going to never be broke again. And so far, so good.
That is awesome. So what is it every single day that you do to keep your mind off that addiction?
Oh, well, back when I first met you, I used to, because we touch your luggage and stuff.
Yeah.
I used a hand sanitizer and then use lotion. I say, that's too much. So I started me a company.
No kidding.
I got my LLCs. It's called It's a New Dawn.
Oh, I love it. I love that. So what is it?
Moisturizing hand sanitizer with essential oils, and I brought you one.
Oh, nice. That is awesome. So again, it's finding that positive. Whoops.
You don't
This is
need
so
a
awesome.
You don't need a lot, and you can put it all over your body, even though it's a hand sanitizer.
Now, so your inspiration for that was, one, to keep you busy. Mm-hmm. 2, it was healthy. Mm-hmm. And so is it music? What is it for you that you get up every single day and you're like, you know what? I am not going to go back to the way things are.
What I've always wanted to do all my life, be a chauffeur. I work 7 days.
That's right.
And I love it. I love it.
Tell everybody, and again, I want you to remember what you said to me. You said, I wake up every single morning, I get dressed up, I get my car washed, and I drive fancy cars every single. Walk us through a day of work for you now. Okay. Because you work 7 days a week.
Yeah.
And anybody that follows you on social media can see that you are constantly working. If you're not hustling at the airport, you're hustling doing weddings and corporate functions and driving that party bus.
Exactly. And it's so beautiful. And I love my boss. I finally found, you know how you be looking and find your fit and the right boss? I got him now.
That is awesome. And where are you at? Where are you out of?
I am out of Dearborn. It's
Dearborn, Michigan.
Blue Diamond Limousine Worldwide.
Okay. So give them a plug.
Yeah, I will.
Go ahead. And again, they're out of Dearborn.
Yep. And it's called Blue Diamond Limousine. 5405 Oakman. There we go.
I love it. That is perfect. Yeah. And so work is what keeps you motivated every single day?
Every day. And then I moved back with my son. He told me to come stay with him. And, I love helping people. So, I got his back.
Yeah. And how old's your son? How old's Chris?
He old, man. No, it's like, he gonna be, 29?
29. So he's my daughter's age.
Yeah.
Oh, that is awesome. Okay. Well, those of you that don't know and can't see us right now, Chris is off to the side here listening to the podcast. So this is kind of cool. And so Chris, welcome and thank you for bringing your mom, or maybe she brought you. I don't know. So let me ask you this. You said that you failed a couple times trying to quit. Mm-hmm. And motivation was you not wanting to go back and working. Right. True?
Right.
Okay. Go ahead.
Now, okay. Actually, what I did, I woke up after the fire. We were squatting in what salvageable apartments were left. And it was this one girl in that apartment building. Soon as the guy left, he used to sell dope, right? And she was messing with him. She would come knocking on that door. I don't care how early it was. And I just got tired. I said, you know what? I'm out of here. I can't take this no more. This is it. So I called my friend. I told him, I say, when I'm ready to go, will you come get me? He said yes. His name was Mike Faustina. So at the time, I took my car over Paul's house. About a month before I left, that next month, I was out of there.
No kidding. Were you ever, after all the years of you using, were you ever in a situation where you were scared?
The fire, that's about it.
That's it. So again,
I didn't see, I was the type, I was particular about who I got my stuff from, who I was around. I didn't smoke with everybody. I go smoke by myself first.
Yeah. Wow.
I ain't like being around people because I don't know what they gonna do.
That's right. No, exactly. And that's what I mean. I'm just sitting here thinking about everything you've been through, and I'm like, man, I'd be scared to death at times. Did you ever go through withdrawals when you quit?
No, not at all.
Wow.
And but you know what? I have strong faith. Mm-hmm. So long as I'm covered by Him, I'm good.
And that's awesome. And I appreciate you saying that too. I mean, obviously that's something that we have in common as well, is our faith.
Yeah.
How has life been for you since quitting?
Beautiful. Nothing but up.
Now, those of you that cannot see this, Dawn has this huge smile on her face right now. And I mean, and that is so awesome. And again, I want you to say that again, and I'm going to ask you that again. How has life been since quitting?
It is so awesome. I don't even know what I was thinking about going across that fence. Stay on my own side in my own lane.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was funny, like I was telling you, I went to therapy and I was talking to the lady. I told her all I've been. She's like, how can you smile? I say, because I don't do pity parties. We don't do pity parties. We get it up. Okay, I get knocked down. Let me get up and start over again.
Yeah, and that's important, isn't it?
Yes.
We all get knocked down.
Yeah.
And again, I said it earlier, it's like stop coming up with excuses. If you want it bad enough, you have to fix it.
That's right.
You did.
Only
and those
you
words
can.
came out of your mouth, too. It's like, I wasn't going to blame somebody else. They weren't putting it in my mouth.
No.
You know what I mean?
You know right from wrong. You was taught that. And that's another thing. When I was brought up, all that I was taught by my family, I love it. They get on my nerves. Don't get me wrong. But I'm glad they raised me because of what they instilled in me.
That's right.
Just like some women use their bodies to get drugged. I never did none of that. My word was good, or I had money.
Yeah.
So I'm just thankful that wasn't me.
Right, exactly. No, absolutely. What do you do to keep your mind off the addiction?
Well, my mind runs a mile a minute. Even when I'm asleep, I'm thinking stuff to do. So it never shuts off. It gets on my nerves sometimes, but it never shuts off. So I just think of positive, how I can improve something, how I can make this better, how I can climb to the next level. So I just think of positive stuff, and I try to keep as much negativity away from me as possible.
And that is sometimes we have to just be by ourselves, isn't it? You know what I mean?
You have to regroup.
That's right.
And once you learn who you are again, sky's the limit.
Yeah, I
Sky's
love
the
that.
limit.
What would you tell somebody right now listening to this podcast and listening to your story? What would you tell them, if they want to get out of the situation that they're in? What advice could you give them?
Well, I tell them, first of all, they have to cut ties with the environment they're in now. Completely cut ties, and if you can do it by yourself, that's fine, but you still need a support team. If not, go to a clinic or somewhere that can help you, a rehab.
They're out there.
Yeah, but you got to want it. That's the thing. If you got to truly want it in your heart, because you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink.
Dawn, there's a lot of people, no matter what, if it's business, if it's addiction, as soon as you start doing good, people want to drag you down.
But see, that's where you know who's for you and who's against you.
Absolutely.
And that's when you cut them off.
So have you had those people in your life that you had to cut off?
Yeah.
Those haters that
yes.
didn't want to see you sober and doing well?
And some of them was family.
No kidding.
Yeah, I love you from a distance.
Yeah, absolutely. So how did you do that? Was it easy for you? You're like, hey, listen, you're cut off then.
Yeah.
Because I need to be around positive people.
Exactly. And I just totally cut them off. They can say I'm acting funny or whatever. She thinks okay. You think that's your opinion.
That's right.
I know what I need for me. I got to come first.
Yeah. No, absolutely. That's so cool. I know and understand that this was a difficult time and a negative time in your life, but were you able to pull anything positive out of it that you use today?
Let's see. That's a good question.
I know. You know what?
Make you say,
And I thought last night I was sitting there and I was thinking to myself, it doesn't matter if it's business or what it is. There are negative times when you are fighting your way through things.
Mm-hmm.
But usually people find something positive out of that, out of that low time. And I thought to myself, you know what? That's a great question for you. It's, because listen, we know that it was a negative time in your life, but there had to have been something that was positive that you use every day or maybe every other, or you think about once in a while that you're like, you know what?
And you know what? You're right. Because if you think about it, back then when it was bad, all the things you thought about, the hustle to get some money. Okay. Let me take that with me.
Yeah. Oh, the hustle. I love that, hustle. Dawn. Because you took that hustle and now you're doing something positive with it.
Exactly. It's the hustle.
I love that. Heck yeah. And that is something that you have. You hustle every single day.
Yes, I do.
And it doesn't matter how tired you are. You have fun doing it. It's like when that young man or that what lady gets in your car, it's like you are a light bulb that just pops on, and it's like, you know what, you're there for them, and it's like, you know what, forget about your problems. Listen,
Right.
we have stressful days.
But see, when you come to work or whatever, you leave that at the door. You pick it up on the way out. I ain't got time for that right now. You sit on the back burner. But yeah, if you find something that you love and passionate about, it doesn't seem like work.
And you found it?
Yes.
You dreamt about it and now you're doing it.
Yes,
What's
I
it
am.
like to walk us through one of the most I know that when you answer this question, you're gonna listen back and say, "Oh yeah, but this happened and that happened."
Right.
Walk us through a fun day at work with you. Maybe it was a great client, maybe it was a fun client, maybe it was a wedding. Walk us through one of those days that maybe you weren't in the best mood,
right?
Going there, and all of a sudden they're the ones that motivate because they made you realize how awesome you are at what you do.
Well, actually. Well, I got a lot of those. Which one?
Just pick one.
Let's see. Okay. Oh, I know. It was this group. They spoke French, and I had to take them around to some businesses. They were into technology.
Okay.
And it was quite a few of them. So they had me all day for 2 days. And when they got ready to leave, they had made me some type of robotic thing and presented it to me.
No kidding.
Yeah. And I got to take it to one of my little nephews because I still don't know what it does. I don't know how to work it. But I still got it in the box. But they made it for me. It's robotic, whatever it is.
What's it like for you when you get that call and they say, "We don't want nobody but Dawn Gaines"?
Oh, my God. I have a review I printed of somebody who just did that a few months ago, and I cut my phone on, but it's on my page.
No kidding.
I'll send it to you.
Okay.
And he was trying to go. He was going for a job interview, and he's at the airport, and he called several Ubers. None of them came, so he called our company. My boss called me. I was like, "Okay, I'm on my way," and he was like, "I'm probably not gonna get it." I'm like, I say, "Think positive. You're gonna be all right." I say, "This is a good company." Because, I know the people.
Right.
I said, trust me, you're going to be all right. So he wrote up a review. He said, was there, got him there promptly, and gave him a vote of confidence, and he got the job.
No kidding.
Yeah.
That is awesome. I was just sitting here thinking, and you're right, you probably have a ton of those of those stories, but somebody that you drove, I'm a fan of, I love his music, and that is Jelly Roll.
Oh, they are so cool.
The artist Jelly Roll.
Yeah.
I'll never forget. You had I don't even know what it was. It was a limousine, and you took them to their private plane. And again, I'm having one of those aha moments for me with you, and getting goosebumps again because Dawn, you went from that young girl, the mature girl, on crack cocaine, to hanging out with people on private planes,
right,
and driving fancy cars.
Exactly.
So you know what I mean?
It's possible.
Your journey is just amazing. And if that's not inspiration, man, I don't know what is.
I hope it helps somebody.
Absolutely. So what was Jelly Roll like?
Oh, man, he was so cool. And his road manager, one of the other guys, he say, he like you. He might ask you to come to Atlanta or wherever they was from. And I said, well, if he pay good, I'll come. If he paying good, I'll come. I was like, but he was really nice.
Did you even know who he was?
No. Look, you know what? I'm going to get you, Johnny. You know what I do? When I get people, I Google them.
Okay.
So I can, and then I let them start up the conversation. I don't never start the conversation. Yeah. And then that way, if I know something about them, then I can be like, oh, yes, their interest. So then they be like, oh, wow,
Well, he has an interesting story, too. I don't know if you know what I mean. He was in jail and everything else. And then the tattoos on his face. You know what I mean? He doesn't look like that rapper country guy.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
He is so down to earth. Oh, their whole squad was. It was really
so
cool.
Neat. That is so neat. Give me one more story about something cool that happened or fun.
Okay. Oh. Just recent. I had to pick up somebody from the Signature.
Okay.
At DTW, and I drove them.
Now, if you guys don't know what that is a private airport. Yeah.
On Metropolitan, yes. So anyway, he was like, well, we've been shut down for so long. We don't get to come over here. And he was actually from here. he wanted to go to American Coney Island. So I say, okay, not a problem. I took him, and it was funny. He was like, you want something? And I was like, well, you could just give me one. He like, I'm getting you 2. He gave me 2, and then when I drove him, it was nowhere from the tunnel.
Yeah.
When I dropped it on, and he gave me a $200 tip.
Wow.
So I just love my clients. I love them.
Can I be nosy just because you brought it up just now? What's the biggest tip you ever got?
$500. I did a funeral.
I don't get speechless very often.
For it.
You just said, I asked you what the biggest tip you got. You said $500, and you said it was for a funeral. Uh-huh. Please tell the story.
Okay, I had these 3 women. Their brother died. I picked them up from the FBO signature. Uh-huh. And I didn't know it was a funeral. My boss didn't know. So we go around and, I took them to the church. We went to the cemetery. I was in the procession. And then when I took them, they wanted to go eat. I took them where they wanted to go eat. And it was so funny. I could see her counting money, but I wasn't paying no attention because they all hugged me and was like, thank you for taking it. I was like, yeah. And I gave them my card. And I didn't even count the money. I just put it in my pocket. And then when I got in, I was like, $500. I was like, woo, yeah. It was right on time, too.
and I know that you don't do it for the money.
No, I don't.
You do it for the love.
Yes.
But the money helps.
Yeah, it does.
It's just like you said. You just said something, Dawn, and that is it came at the right time, right?
Yeah.
They didn't know that. You only knew that. But it's like your happiness. You never know when somebody needs that, when they get in that car. I was just telling a friend last night about, you coming in and doing the podcast, and they asked me questions, and they're like, well, what is she like? I said, let me tell you something. I said, it was 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning. I said, when I walked out, she got out of her car, and I think you had like blue hair, like blue things in your hair.
No, I had red hair.
Red hair. Okay, yeah.
I was red then.
And you said, good morning, Mr. Johnny D. And all I could do is think of, is this what people think of when they meet me in the morning? Like, shut up.
Yeah, and I'm always like that. And you will never see me I'm not going to let people see me like that.
Yeah, no. But so my point is, you are giving that. It might not be a $500.
Right.
But you can't put that positive attitude. You can't put a price tag on it, and that's what you give people every single day.
And I treat everybody the same.
That's right.
Like, whether you tip me or not, I'm still gonna give you the.
Okay, I just asked you about some of the best. Just give me one.
Worst?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay. Here we go. Looky here. It was 3:00 in the morning, and I went to this man's house to pick him up. First of all, anybody who uses a car service know they pose a back end. Why you got all these vehicles in your driveway?
Right.
It's winter time. So, and it's windy as I don't know what. So when he came out, I'm getting out like I did you. And the wind caught the door and dinged his car like that. He come with his flash. I say, oh, I'm so sorry. And he called in on me. Said I was the worst driver ever and da-da-da-da. And then... Okay, it was another one. This is better. This joker, he had a nasty attitude from jump, but I didn't let that bother me. And he had to sign my board, before he got out the car. We at the airport, he get ready to get out. And he threw the board back at me. Oh, my goodness. My other me came out. I was on him so fast. I said, don't you ever throw nothing at me. So he called in on me. But I was at Metro Cars at the time. Those little things on the
they have cameras. That's right, yeah.
So now I got pulled out of line. So now he making me miss money for them to look at the video.
Yeah.
They was like, you okay? That was him.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah. So that's about all my time. I've only had 3.
Have you ever been pushed? Maybe not in the car, or at work, but in life, that you thought, hey, you know what? Maybe I'll just hit it one more time.
Nope.
Good for you.
Because you know what? And those that are still doing it, y'all be careful out there. Because they putting fentanyl in everything. And that's like playing Russian roulette with your life. Yeah. I'm good. I know my health ain't the greatest, but I'm not trying to rush it. I'm not trying to rush you. So I'm good.
Dawn, I have a couple, if you don't mind, some social media questions that came in. And if you could be remembered for one thing in your life, what would that one thing be?
Putting a smile on your face.
I like that. Mm-hmm. Say that again.
Putting a smile on your face. That's my goal every day, to make somebody smile.
That's it. And I always say, you know what? Sometimes they fall on deaf ears, but we just keep going and going and going, and all we need is that one person.
Yeah.
I always say you can't motivate everybody, but you can motivate one person.
Yeah, and one that's good.
That's right. Because internally they can go and make other people happy, and then they're going to make other people happy. And by the end of the week, you've made thousands and thousands of people happy.
Exactly.
From that one person a day.
That's right. I
like that. What's the best compliment that you've ever been given?
Ooh, let's see.
Now I want you to know that that question right there came from an addict.
Oh, okay.
And they want to know what was the best compliment you've ever gotten.
How my energy was, because I'm always smiling. I'm always...
Yeah, you're real shy.
Yeah. I can be. But most of the time, I'm out my shell now, so watch out.
I love that. So again, the biggest compliment is your personality?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. If you could go back and give your 18-year-old self one piece of advice, what would that advice be?
Don't do it. Don't do it. And I think about that. I say, what I'm doing now, if I'd have started way back then, I'd have my own company now, But it is what it is. It's learning. Life is learning. It's a learning experience.
Are you learning every day?
Every day. You're supposed to learn something every day.
You're supposed to?
Yeah. Something. It could be the tiniest thing, but you're supposed to learn something new every day.
So what was it yesterday you learned?
What was yesterday? See, my days running.
Thursday.
Look, my days run into each other. I don't have an off day. Yesterday.
What's one thing you took away from yesterday? She's laughing.
That my boss really does care and know I got his back.
I love that. See? Again, it takes us a minute, but
yeah,
you got it. I kind of brought this up earlier, but I want to ask this question for this person. And they wrote to me, how does she deal with the haters that don't want to see her happy and drug-free? Because I'm fighting the same thing, she says.
Well, I don't care what you do in life. Somebody always got something to say. So you don't let it bother you. Let it roll off your back like shower water and keep it moving. That's what you do.
Dawn, could you just please say that again for this young lady? And again, the question was, how do you deal with the haters that don't want to see you happy and drug-free? Because I'm going through that right now. And you said...
I said, let it roll off your back like shower water and keep it moving, because that ain't nothing but the devil being busy. Tell him you rebuke him in the name of Jesus and keep it moving.
I love you. I love you. Chris, her son, again, sitting here. If you're just now tuning in, her son, Chris, is here. He's 29 years old. Chris, you're sitting there not saying much. And is there something that you want me to bring up, or maybe a funny story that you want me to ask your mom so she can talk about it? He's just shaking his head. No.
That's my independent pro wrestler.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
So that's why you like the wrestling and stuff I see online.
I'm his biggest fan.
I love that. So is it tough for you when you are having those days? I know you wake up and you want to stay motivated and inspired, but listen, I know it. I wake up some days and I'm like, oh, yeah. But I know as soon as I put a smile on somebody else's face, I'm like, oh, right. It's on.
It's on and popping.
No.
That's right. But you know what? Sometimes I sit back, I say, wait, stuff going too good. And I've learned, it took a long time for me not to let stuff bother me. So I don't have too many bad days. I don't.
How do you deal with social media? Because this is a time that we know what it's like now, but back when we were growing up, we didn't have none of that.
We talked to each other.
That's right.
Not sit next to each other texting. That's right. Crazy. But you know what? Social media, I got on there to keep in contact with my family out of state. Well, it escalates.
Yeah.
But to me, I don't care what they say. I post for me. Or maybe it can help somebody what I post.
Yeah.
It's going to make you laugh or it's going to make you think.
Yeah.
One or the other.
Yeah, you posted something, I think it was today or yesterday, that I just started laughing and it made me think. And I meant to write it down, but I didn't. Let me ask you this. If you won $10 million today, if right now, if I gave you a lottery ticket and you won tomorrow $10 million, what and how would you spend that $10 million? I think I know the answer because you brought it up earlier, but I want to hear it from you.
9 times out of 10, I make sure the person that gave it to me got something. And I be trying to help everybody else. Because that's just how I am. And even in my addiction, I try to put my stuff on the back burner, trying to help somebody. And I ain't got a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out. But I'm trying to help you. So that's just who I am.
And you've always been like that because you can't fake this.
No,
you can't.
I've been like that all my life.
You can't look at somebody in the eye and say what you just said.
Right.
And it just happened.
Right.
That's the way you've always been. Through addiction, through being sober and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. That's why I knew I didn't belong in that circuit. And when I come across people like me, I could tell who don't belong. Be like, you don't even belong doing this,
Have you tried to ever pull somebody out? Like you saw the greatness in them, but
yes,
they didn't
I
did.
Yes, I did. As a matter of fact, it was the guy I was dating was with when we had the fire. And he's so smart, it was ridiculous. But it just had him. And he recently got a hold of some fentanyl and passed away.
Because of the drugs.
Yep.
What does your family say now when they see you now, the sober Dawn? That has to get emotional at times.
They cheer me on, so it's all good. And I'm there able to help people, so it's just, that's how I get my blessings, because I share them. That's
right. Yeah. I literally, I've asked every question that I wanted to with you, but is there, I feel like this podcast is not over, even though we only have a few minutes left. Is there something that is burning a hole in your heart that you want to get out, that you want to talk about, that you want to, bring up? Do you, have a conversation about, or maybe you want the, you know what I mean?
Right.
Maybe it's the Holy Spirit talking through you right now, saying, hey, there's somebody out there that needs to hear whatever you're going to say.
But you know what? Not really, because I'm an open book. And a lot of people tell me, like, why do you be telling people about, I say, because I'm not ashamed of it. It is what it is. And it's a part of me and made me who I am today. So never think you can't get out of it, because you can, but you got to truly want it in your heart.
You are, can I use the word proud of your addiction, but you're also proud of breaking that addiction.
Exactly.
Like, you're not trying to be the girl that hides it.
No.
Don't want nobody to know. You've been doing it for 20 years. You can't just hide it. You can't.
Exactly. And it's funny because a lot of people around me who had an addiction too, when they found out I did, they're like, I'd have never thought you did. I say, that's because I don't do it like y'all do it. I kept myself together. I didn't, I didn't fall to the wayside and neglect my appearance and all that stuff. So
do you ever go back into the neighborhood that you used to go back to?
I grew up in that neighborhood. I raised him in that neighborhood, and we still live in that neighborhood.
No kidding. So you didn't you didn't pick up and move out?
Nope, I came right back to it.
No kidding. So it happened, and you never, you're like, hey, if I'm gonna live here, I'm gonna beat this.
Right.
And that. Yeah. No kidding. Yeah. Dawn, you are one strong cookie. I love that.
Thank you.
Because you hear that all the time. Well,
right.
I need to move. I need to move out of state.
Right.
I can't be around these people. Well, guess what? If you don't want it here and here, you're going to find the same people in a different neighborhood.
Exactly.
In a different state, in a different country, in a different whatever.
Exactly.
I love that. So, getting back real quick, you said that you cooked. What kind of places did you cook at?
Okay, I worked at Yogi's Barbecue. I worked at Wendy's. I worked at Clayton's Kitchen. I worked at Eddie Smokes.
what is your to-go to when you cook? Like if I said, hey, make me something right now, what is it? Because you just said barbecue, and I was just like, oh man, my mac and cheese,
right.
Brisket, pulled pork,
right,
pulled chicken,
and smoked meat.
Yeah.
Oh God, I love it. But if I'm cooking at home, my to-go to is, his dad call it roadkill, but all it is I chop up like beef stew meat, saute it in a pan, make some rice or potatoes, and cut up some bok choy and make that.
No kidding.
Yeah. Oh goodness.
Now, what? One last question, and that is, your son's sitting right next to you, which I think that is awesome that you can sit here and talk about this right in front of him. Again, no secrets, right? This
exactly.
You're the reason why I'm sober,
right?
You know what I mean? It's like that's a walking blessing right there. You know what I mean?
That's my baby. That's my best friend.
That's awesome.
I mean, we talk, and people that know us, they be like, "That's your mom," and y'all talk like that. And we're like, yeah, we talk about everything.
That is so cool. Dawn Gaines, I just can't thank you enough for coming on the Outstanding Life podcast. I mean, it's been just about 50 some minutes, and I can't thank you for sharing your story. There's somebody out there that needed to hear your story of overcoming all those obstacles. And at times you didn't even know that you were fighting those obstacles.
Yeah.
That's the crazy part. You just thought it was like everyday life that, hey, this is the way it is.
Right. But it's something better out there for you guys. So just reach out and grab it.
And it's that easy.
Yeah, it is.
Exactly. No, it is that easy. If you want it, go get it.
And don't stop trying.
That's it.
Okay, like I'm trying to quit smoking cigarettes. I'm trying and trying and trying, but I'm still smoking and smoking and smoking, But as long as you don't quit, you all right.
That's right.
Yeah.
Any last comments?
No. I wish everybody well, and Happy New Year.
I know. Can you believe it's 2022?
Exactly.
Let me ask you this, and I promise I'll let you go, and that is, what goals have you set for yourself, or what goal have you set for yourself this year?
Well,
besides quit smoking, because you just said that.
Yeah, that's it. I'm working on it. Well, I look at long-term goals more so than short-term goals, because my short-term goals are never going to change. It's stack your money, it's be productive. But eventually, I would like to own my own limousine company. And like I said, I love my boss, because he said he'd teach me the ropes.
I was just thinking, while you were saying that, I thought to myself, you are working with somebody that would probably love to mentor you into that.
Yeah, it was so funny. Like, we were shut down for 2 months when the pandemic first started. I'd call him every time you turn around. I know I was getting on his nerve. We got any work? I'll take it. I was the only one worked through the whole pandemic.
Yeah.
And I'm basically his only full-time employee.
Why do you like him so much?
Because he is down to earth. He's just a real person, He ain't one of those, I'm putting on this air. He's just him. I love him to death.
And the reason why I asked that, there's a lot of people listening right now that have companies, and they need to hear that.
Yeah. I mean, what you put into it, that's what you're going to get out. If you got a good employee, show them that you appreciate them every now and then.
That's right. And it's not always the money.
No, just let them know, say, hey, I'm so glad you're with me.
That pat on the back goes a long way.
It ain't got to be monetary.
Yeah, and it shouldn't be an email either.
No, verbally. You look me in my eyes and tell me, then I know you're not lying.
Not a text message. What? And I promise I'm going to let you go. I already said this 3 times.
Okay.
What is a motto that you live by every single day?
A motto I live by every day. Which one?
Which one?
Which one? Well, one of them is learn something every day and strive to be the best.
Just for the day.
Yeah.
Just for the hour.
Day. You got to take it one day at a time. And they'll tell you that in rehab.
That's
one
right.
day at a time.
That's it, man. Just those small goals that add up, because, it's one day, 1 week, 1 month, and 1 year, 10 years.
And then you'll look and be like, wow. Because just from 2017 to now, I look over my life. I'm like, I done came a long way.
I am so proud of you. I mean, just
thank you.
I mean, just in 5 years. I mean, and your son sitting here right now has to be so proud of the lady that is brought him up. I mean, I can just see by the way he looks at you. You know what I mean? He is proud. And for a mother, that has got to feel so good.
It does.
Waking up every single day and knowing that you're making a difference to other people, but making a difference in your life.
Right. That's right.
You know, because it could have been just the opposite.
Yeah, it could have been worse, but I am truly blessed.
You are. And so are all of us for you coming in today and hanging out on the Outstanding Life podcast. Dawn Gaines, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
And if you don't mind, is it okay that people connect with you on Facebook? And is that the best way?
Yeah, that's the best way.
And it's Dawn Gaines on Facebook?
Yep, and it's Miss Suds on Instagram.
Miss Suds. Okay, I didn't even know you were on Instagram. That's cool.
Yeah, I am.
Okay.
And it's DSuds14 for the hand sanitizer on Instagram. And on Facebook, it's a new dawn.
And if you are in Michigan and you're listening to this podcast and you are somebody that gets rides or needs a limo or transportation, again, I want you to give your boss a plug.
It is Blue Diamond Limousine. It's on Oakman. The address is 5405 Oakman between Ford and Michigan Avenue.
Awesome. And make sure that you ask for Dawn Gaines. And Dawn, again, thank you so much. I'm Johnny D, the Motivational Cowboy. Thank you for listening to the Outstanding Life podcast. We'll see you next time right here.
Thanks for listening to the Outstanding Life podcast. Follow Johnny D on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Motivational Cowboy. If you or someone you know would like to be a guest on the show, advertise, or would like to make a donation, please visit motivationalcowboy.com. And remember to have an outstanding day.